Now to a story you'll see only on CBS this morning. A military family fighting for the truth. A highly decorated Special Forces soldier died in Afghanistan under mysterious circumstances. Gayle Tzemach Lemmon, an author and fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, shows us how those he left behind are now on a mission of their own.
During his 5 deployments over 10 years, Sergeant First Class Anthony Venetz fought for America.
Contact for 6 straight hours by way of mortars, IEDs.
As a Green Beret, he earned 2 Purple Hearts and 2 Bronze Stars, one for valor during a fierce 2-day firefight in Afghanistan. Despite being wounded, he refused to be evacuated and stayed on the battlefield alongside his fellow soldiers. Former Captain Danny Fields was his team leader.
Anthony would be the first choice on my dream team. When you thought of a Green Beret, Anthony was it. He was a hero to me.
Here's a quick little tour where I live.
But in January 2011, this Green Beret's life ended in a bunk at Bagram Airfield. It was just days before coming home to his wife, Debbie, and their 2 children, Jace and Alexa.
I told Alexa that, Daddy wasn't gonna come home anymore and that he had died, and she screamed and screamed, and I think that was probably the worst part.
Adding to her grief was the mystery surrounding her husband's death. She was stunned when Army records labeled Sergeant Venetz's death an accident from mixed drug intoxication. An autopsy found high levels of opiates, including heroin, in his system, mixed with multiple sedatives and marijuana. But there was no evidence of how the drugs were ingested and no sign of prior substance abuse.
You find out heroin is in his system, marijuana is in his system. What is your reaction when you see that?
I was shocked. He didn't even want to take Tylenol for his headaches because he didn't like it.
What do you think happened that night? What do you think happened to him?
I don't know, and that's what I want to know.
That determination grew when the Army declared Sergeant Venetz's death not in the line of duty due to his own misconduct. That ruling tarnished his record and deprived his family of military benefits. Debbie appealed to her husband's commanders, who launched a second investigation, this one by Special Forces. It revealed that on the night before he died, Sergeant Venetz was in pain from combat injuries and seeking medical attention. Because of missing medical records and a lack of evidence that he took the drugs on his own free will, Special Forces argued the case should be reevaluated.
He's gonna go downstairs. Okay.
But the Army refused to reverse its decision, leaving Sergeant Venetz's family without the education and medical benefits on which they had counted.
This family is not being taken care of in the way that they should be.
Amy Nyberger Miller works for TAPS, a tragedy assistance program that helps thousands of military families.
There's so many questions here about what happened that night that he died that just don't make sense. And at the end of the day, what we still have is a widow and 2 little children who are without benefits, whose husband, father, will never, ever come home.
The Army has declined to comment while Debbie files an appeal. For her, this isn't only a battle over benefits. It's also a question of whether her husband's death should erase his distinguished service in life.
He's somebody who's sacrificed so much and has gotten nothing in return.
10 years that my husband gave to the military, he's just now another file on someone's desk.
What is it that drives you to clear your husband's name?
His legacy. It's for my children. My children deserve one day to be able to stand there and be proud of their dad.
TAPS says it rarely sees not in the line of duty rulings, especially involving Special Forces. The group estimates the benefits the Venetz family lost because of this ruling could be worth as much as $1 million.
Gayle, this is such a heartbreaking story because you think about his 5 tours of duty over 10 years and the family doesn't get these benefits. Is there any chance that the Army would reverse this ruling?
It's up to the Army Review Board. Army regulation does say that death from drug abuse is not in the line of duty, but it also requires proof. And there are so many questions in this case. Where did he get the drugs? Did he know what he was taking? We also don't know exactly which medications he may have been prescribed.
Yeah, powerful and heartbreaking, Gayle. Nice to see you. Thank you.